if there was a war in the Caribbean, I think. How would there be a war, you might ask? And I just found a hole in my wall, so... Okay, let's go explore this war. So there's a little bit of a naval skirmish between Cuba and Mexico, which rage against Mexico to the point where they declare war. They've also just been fed up with Cuba, kind of really. Their tensions kind of didn't go well. So yeah, that's honestly not good that happened. So let's see what happens next. Central America and Cuba gang get into war. These are like actual alliances. You might be seeing Mexico and Cuba alliances. Well, in this timeline, they haven't been happening, really. Now, USA and Mexico are chill. They're not starting a war. I don't think they are. But they are starting a war against Cuba because they've wanted to do this for a while. What do you think? US isn't going to declare war on Cuba? You're thinking that? And now, Cuba gang made partition as the only really real alliance down here. So, yeah. And now they are against Central America for some reason. Don't ask. Yeah, that's not that good. Venezuela and Bahamas is with U.S., by the way, because, and Puerto Rico. Because, Now, Mexico makes a landing in Cuba. Oh, dang. Dang, they're going good. Yeah, they're doing really good. Cuba makes a little bit of a counteroffensive. I mean, they try, but it kind of fails. So, yeah, they kick them off the island. Just kidding. If you're thinking so, I'm sorry, you're incorrect. They come right back, capture that mini island. I don't know why Cuba owns that. That's kind of random. But yeah, they just start destroying Cuba, honestly. Cuba is not ready for this. And Cuba kind of just says, please chill, Mexico. Mexico does not chill. I will repeat, does not chill. Mexico officially cuts them, steals some land, and then U.S. finally realizes, wait, we need to destroy them. So they start invading Cuba. Boom. Cuba's getting cooked. And yeah, and Bahamas and the U.S. are chill with each other. Now, Costa Rica and Nicaragua got a war. They think nothing's really going to happen, but then Nicaragua just starts going in hot. They connect themselves, so they surround that whole body of water. Costa Rica has the worst military, but has a better economic area, but the economics don't help too much, sadly. So yeah, they start getting kicked out. It's really going bad, honestly. And yeah, they officially start getting kicked. And then they get split in half, but then they just lose that territory. Costa Rica is not really prepared for this war. They thought it was going to be a bit chiller, but no, they just went full-fledged. We're destroying you. So they make the littlest bit of a comeback and then fail. Yeah, and then they just get deleted off the map randomly. And a lot of people are looking at really crazy, especially UN. Yeah, UN forces and money from people in UN are coming in. So, yeah, Haiti now joins the war because America got them in by missing them. You know what? We'll help you, mister. I'll actually help you. Yeah. So, Mexico starts making their final parts before they decide to, say, hey, U.S., yeah, you can take this land. They get, a little bit more before they officially stop. They make a ceasefire with Cuba, but not, they go up to Cuba and say, ceasefire? No, they just, don't fight them anymore. USA is going ballistic on Cuba. They've just started the Cuban Missile Crisis. No. And then they make a bit of land. And they start invading Jamaica. Yeah. But then, yeah. And then America gets a little Jamaican territory in that. Boom. So, yeah. There's been a lot of interference. Boom. So Belize joins the American alliance, then has a skirmish. This kind of seems like it's plotted. Then Mexico just starts invading. Yeah. We both can't believe it. I think, yeah, so Mexico invades them. That's pretty bad. Actually, very bad. And then USA says Mexico win, no, but then they realize we have to invade Mexico. So they start sending their troops in, they're destroying Mexico. They really are gonna make a ceasefire. They kind of just won't really, because they already had plans to try to do this, to kick Mexico off the Cuban island, because they want it. But yeah. But okay, sorry, I was so silent. But yeah, then somehow America starts invading the Bahamas. I do not know how this happens. I don't know how America invaded the Bahamas by accident. That's very tough to do. But yeah. But then make a ceasefire but everything's fine. Now I actually think I have something you might like. Grab popcorn. I don't even know if you need popcorn. So, Colombia surprise invades Venezuela. They make a landing trying to destroy Venezuela. Like, this is already pretty bad. Venezuela is not expecting this. And this actually takes place in like 2030. It's probably 2031 right now. Venezuela's government is like crippling. Like, the new U.S. government is kind of like, okay, we need to make a new government for Venezuela. It's kind of doing nothing. But yeah, you can tell that Colombia is doing a lot. Venezuela makes its one and only counteroffensive. Yeah, Venezuela, that wasn't much. But Colombia doesn't even care. They just want to unite all their areas, and they surround this one area. But yeah, they take back their land, now they're fully here, and start making massive gains. So yeah, they're like going crazy. And Venezuela is not doing well because of this war. And then, yeah, it's all starting to come crashing down for them. Their government, their everything. So, yeah. And then a turn of events, Guyana revolts. Brazil isn't mad about this. They're like, you know what? Fine, Guyana, you can revolt. Just don't try to take any of my land or else you'll be doomed. And Guyana knows that they're never getting that South Park back. Like, the South Park back. What the heck? Oh, I don't know why it drifted off. And then a Russian pro group comes. What? No. All Americans will say, what should I say? Okay, yeah. But then, so, they start going crazy. Colombia is like officially starting to destroy them. And they meet up. They say, hi guys, hello. We want to attack you. And they say, yay. And the rest of the land goes to the Russian group. And then the Russian group agrees to stop invading. So yeah. And then eventually they surrender. Venezuela surrenders. Guyana gets some land. You might be saying, but Guyana's the other team. Well, maybe. And then Guyana became neutral, which is actually pretty nice of them. And then Belize had a dream. But this is a dream. Belize did not do what I'm showing. This was what Belize really, really wanted. Like, Belize wanted all this territory in the peace treaty. Yeah, Belize, you're not gonna blunt. This is what I'm showing you because I'm gonna like show you like each country what they want versus what they got. Because that's just, I don't know. So yeah. They got obliterated. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. Actually, I might not do that. But yeah, look at all this. Look at this. USA and Mexico reached a ceasefire. And Haiti declared. And the Dominican Republic declared on Haiti. They actually started winning. And then America looks at them. And they immediately get cooked. Yeah, they get cooked by Haiti, sadly. This might be like alternate history by far, you could say. Is what is Haiti 101's Dominican Republic? Please tell me. If you can actually find one, actually tell me. And then USA makes the first peace treaty of this war. The peace treaty with them, with Bahamas, and that they get all their islands back. Yeah, this wasn't even meant to happen. So this just gave USA one extra piece of land. The USA said, we want this island. Fine. But yeah, peace is starting to be made, maybe. We have one more war, I think. So El Salvador gets invaded because of this stupid, goofy-ass scrimmage that happens. Yeah, this was randomly unexpected, and like, no one thought this should happen. It was actually pretty stupid to happen. But yeah, Guatemala just cooking them. And yeah, they got finished pretty fast. Yeah. And then over here they collapsed. The new Russian government was so small it was kind of just destroyed, yeah. And I know I'm an American. I know I'm gonna say Russia collapses in every one of my videos. But I made a video on Neo collapsing. I was being literal. Okay? And then I'm not just like a Rush hider. But yeah, let's look at this peach tree. So, USA still gets on the island. There's New Cuba. Haiti's pretty big. Puerto Rico still exists. There's the Guyana Empire. There's Brazil. There's the newer Venezuela, which is still American leaning, but you know. Then there's Granny Colombia. There's the new Costa Rican Empire. There's Guatemala, Spirit, El Salvador, but yeah. And they're fine with each other, America and USA. But then there was a war. Where is the war going to be? Panama gets caught. Panama's literally full. And if you're thinking I'm adding filler, no, this video's already long enough. I'm not adding filler. But yeah, they just start cooking them, and yeah, it doesn't turn out well. What do you think? Panama's gonna be like an empire? What do you think? Panama's gonna need a ton of events to rule the Caribbean. That's why this video is 26 minutes long. And I bet you just probably checked the minute length, and it's not 26 minutes long. I'd have no life if I did that. And I do a life, I think. I might be a ghost. Yeah. And then, so yeah. Now Colombia can get their more historical borders. So yeah, here's the piece. Well, that was insane, honestly. That was insane. New style, I hope you like it. And bye. You will never see